Record. Okay, hello and welcome everyone. I'm Colin Smith. I'm a member of the leadership team, and this is our mentoring session. Our team is called the Forex Superstars. Yay, people helping people. And that's our ethos, to help people help themselves on the road to financial independence. Our team is headed up by Ron Palmer, with the help of a very committed leadership team. And we have some of them with us today. We have Terry, we have Stephen, and that's it for now. Okay. So today, a little bit different. We're going to start off with a call looking at Google and due diligence, or lack of due diligence. And we're going to do a follow-up exercise on that. And then do some work on targets and why you're hitting your targets or not hitting your targets, and how we can work through that, improve that. Okay. So I'd like to start off with a video recorded by Ray Sinclair. And this is about Google and the tendency of prospects to just quickly go on Google as soon as they hear the name CashFX. And it's something I'm sure we've all dealt with. It's something you can't avoid, so we'll have to tackle this topic. Okay, so without further ado.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Sound. Okay, and can everyone please mute their microphones?
Introducing Lucia, the easiest, most accurate way to prospect. Simply sign up for free, and congrats! Now you can reach more than 50 million direct dials.
I want to do a short video to address the issues that some people are facing regarding what's on Google about CashFX, and also the FCA warning that people are coming up against. So the first thing I want to deal with is CashFX on Google. One of the tenets of the Power Build training is that we use the golden rule. And the golden rule is that we never tell anyone the name of the company, and we never answer questions. And part one of the golden rule is there to protect you from people doing what I'm about to show you. So if you give somebody the name of the company, the first thing they're going to do is Google, because they want to know who this company are. And as soon as they Google it, they start to see things like CashFX Group FCA, and then they start to see things like brutal scam, cash review, scam or legit, etc., etc. So I want to deal with these things first, because there is a problem with these things. And the problem is that they're not what they seem to be. And when you see what they are and understand what they are, then you will understand why they are not to be considered and why they shouldn't be considered. However, I go back to my point. If you use the golden rule, you'll never have to explain this away. I just want to show you something. If we look at Alexa, Alexa.com top sites, what this does is it tells you the trending websites on the internet. So if we go here, we can see all the top trending websites are here. And there is a paid thing here where you can pay to use this, and you can type in the name of a company and find out how well that company is doing. And I happen to know that CashFX is soaring up the Alexa charts because of the way the company is growing. And people who set up these web pages that I'm about to show you use Alexa to find companies that are very, very, very high traffic, such as CashFX, because they want to hit those markets. They want to hit those people who are interested in what CashFX are doing, and they want to divert that traffic away to their websites. So now that you understand where they find out about CashFX and how well we're doing, let's just go back and we'll have a look at this. So this website has been put here by somebody who wants to give you the impression that they are some benign reviewer of these things. Nothing could be further from the truth, and we'll get into why that's the case in a moment. So they use something called clickbait in the headline. So they will use CashFX Group Review, scam or legit. They're not actually saying it's a scam, they're asking a question. And they do it this way so they don't get sued by CashFX, because they know that if they actually came out and said that CashFX is a scam, the lawyers for the company would be all over them. So what we're going to do is we're going to investigate this one here, for example, and we're going to look at it in detail. So we're going to click at it. And before I click on it, what most people do is they go on Google, they type in CashFX, they go FCA warning, scam, 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 scam. Oh, I've done my research and CashFX is a scam. That's not research. Not at all. What that is just looking on Google and scanning the headlines and going, well, I've done some research, it must be a scam because it's on Google. How stupid is that? But that's what most people do when you give them the name of the company, which is why I go back to the golden rule. Never, ever give anyone the name of the company. Now, let's go and have a look at this one. So we land on this page. It's called Online Wealth Chronicles, Scam or Legit Compensation Plan. And they use words like exposed and scam and legit to put into your mind that it's wrong. They're psychologically using words to give you an impression, or they're psychologically using words to give the viewer the impression. So it's all about fear-based. It's all about fear building, or what the NLP practitioners call chunking. They're adding in fear upon fear upon fear upon fear to make you, or make the viewer believe that this is a scam. And he puts a picture there with his baby to make him look all rosy and look all trustworthy. It's a common thing, they do that. Okay, so what happens is as you start to go down, and some of you may have just noticed this pop up as I've scrolled down, we'll come back to that, and they put CashFX Group Review in what's called a H2 tag to make it stand out on Google. That's an unauthorized use of our logo, and I'm sure the company should be acting to get that removed. And that's an unauthorized use of our images. And actually, if you read this, what they don't actually say is they don't actually say that this company is a scam. They don't actually say that CashFX is a scam. They don't actually tell you anything that you don't already know about CashFX. Okay, there's nothing in here, but what they do is link to other great reviews to try and get you to go to their page. Again, use of images. I don't know whether that's lawful or not. And all they do is they tell you about the program. They tell you about the program. They don't actually say this is a scam. But you'll notice lots and lots and lots and lots of advertising here, okay? And when you get to a certain page, boom. When you get to a certain point in the page, boom. The advertising kicks in. This is the whole point of these pages. This is what they want you to do. They want you to click on this or this, because this is what they're trying to sell you. The person that you gave the name of the company to, they know that person is doubtful or fearful about the CashFX company. So they play on that fear. They play on it to get them to come to whatever it is they're offering. So let's go and have a look at what they're offering. We can see, here we go, your own investment brokerage at a fraction of the cost. So now what they're trying to do is capture your data to try and make you think that they're your best friend because you've saved them from CashFX. That's what they're trying to instill in the person who has come to CashFX or Googled CashFX because you gave them the name of the company. So I go back to the golden rule. If you don't want to lose your prospect to these people or to the, oh, I've done my research on Google and CashFX is a scam line, then don't give them the name of the company. We've gone over this again and again and again in the Power Bill Part 1. Why would you do it? Why would you expose yourself to having to explain this away? Just don't give them the name of the company, and the scripts are there for how to get rid of it, how to get around that. There are plenty of people in CashFX, me included, Richard, many other people. We've all signed up people, hundreds of people, without telling them the name of the company. Because once they get on our call, they realize that we've got something good. But 90% of the people who you give the name of the company will go to Google and they'll end up landing on one of these websites and getting hooked into whatever it is these guys are trying to pitch. But they don't actually say anywhere in this that it's a scam. They simply ask the question, is it or isn't it? But they don't actually say it is. They don't actually say it is. They ask the question, is it is? And he says here, if you look at, in my opinion, no, CashFX Group is not a scam, but the company business model does have some very serious issues with it. And he's saying that to cover his backside. He's saying that so that CashFX don't sue him, because he knows if he said it was a scam, then he'd be sued. And at the end of the day, this is just someone's opinion. It's one person's opinion out of millions and millions and millions of people on the internet. You can't weigh this as valuable. It isn't. Its whole purpose is to capture our traffic, the traffic that you're sending to Google. Let's face it. You go, somebody says, "What's the company name?" And you go, "Launch CashFX." What's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to go here and they're going to go Google it, and then they go, "Oh yeah, it's a scam. I'm not doing that." Don't give people the name of the company until they've been on the call. Let them find out the right way. Just don't do it. If you do that, you're doomed. You're going to have to sit there and explain this away. And I haven't got time to do that. I'm sure you haven't got time to do that. The fastest, sweetest, best method is don't tell anyone the name of the company. Don't answer any questions and just keep inviting them to the call. Let the call do the work. Let the call bring them in. Don't give them the name of the company. So that shows you the worthlessness of all of these. They're all the same. They're all there to just get you to sign up for something else. Not worth the digits they're written on. Let's deal with the FCA one now. So when you give somebody the name of CashFX and they go and Google it, one of the first things they see is the CashFX Group FCA warning. Okay, so let's go and click on that and let's deal with this, because many of you are coming across this because you're giving away the name of the company before somebody's been on a call. So they go here, and I've been in business a long time, and I understand what I used to work in the banking sector. I understand what the FCA are. They're the Financial Conduct Authority. They're not the government. That's the first thing you need to know. They are not the government. They're a quango, a quasi-autonomous, non-governmental organisation. They're a body that was set up by the government and then handed control of themselves. But they're not the government. So let's have a look at what they say about CashFX Group. It says, warnings. We believe this firm has been providing financial services or product in the UK. Let's just stop there. We believe. Well, my question to the FCA would be, well, don't you have any evidence? Surely, if you're going to make that statement, you must have some evidence that this has been going on. But because the FCA have no evidence, they have to use clever words like, we believe this firm has been providing financial services or product in the UK. The reason they use that wording is because they have no evidence, none whatsoever. So they have to use this kind of language. And then they say, we believe this firm has been providing financial services and products in the UK without our authorization. Well, it's a fact, if you go and research it, that you don't need the FCA's authorization to offer financial services or products in the UK. Some do, some don't. But you don't actually need it, particularly if you're a company that doesn't have an office in the UK, like CashFX, as many companies don't, and I'm going to come on to that in a moment. You don't need authorization. In fact, there is a massive non-regulated industry in the financial sector running in the UK that doesn't need the FCA authority to do that business. There are regulated financial advisors and there are non-regulated. So we don't actually need their authorization. But I'll come on to why they put that in a moment. Then it says, and this is clever wording so that they don't get sued, find out why to be especially wary of dealing with this unauthorized firm and how to protect yourself from scammers. Now, if you read that correctly, it says that we're on an unauthorized firm, or they claim that we're on an unauthorized firm. And that's true. We're not authorized by them. We don't claim to be. But then they say, and how to protect yourself from scammers. They don't say, be wary of dealing with CashFX and how to protect yourself from being scammed by CashFX, because they know they can't say that because it's not true. It just is not true. So what they do is use clever words again. This was obviously written by a lawyer. And how to protect yourself from scammers. Well, that could be anybody. That could just be anybody. It could be the Queen, for all we know. She might be a scammer. She definitely doesn't need FCA authorization. So again, clever use of wordage gives the impression to somebody who doesn't read it correctly and doesn't understand how to read it, gives the impression that we might be a scam company. We're not. And they're not saying that. And they don't say it anywhere. And in fact, what they do, if you read the rest of this, all of that is nothing to do with CashFX. That's just their standard blurb about what they want. Then they give some information about CashFX. They give the website and the address. That's it. And then everything else on that page is nothing to do with CashFX. So what they're trying to do here is the FCA are trying to create the impression through the use of standard blurb that has no relation to CashFX. They're trying to link it to us to make the gullible viewer, and believe me, if somebody believes it, they're gullible. I'm sorry, but they are. To make the gullible viewer believe that this has some credibility. And they know that it doesn't, and we know that it doesn't, okay? Now, let's just talk about without our authorization. As many of you know, I run a software company, and our sales director was for 22 years a financial advisor to high net worth individuals. And he has two phrases that he uses to describe the FCA. He calls them a protection racket and the mafia, okay? Because it's a fact that in the FCA, in the UK, sorry, it's a fact that in the UK, if you pay the FCA some money, you're their best friend. You're approved. You've got the badge. You're in the club because you're paying the subs. If you're not paying them the money, they don't like you, and they try and keep you out of the game. And that's how this works. So if we want to talk about scams, let's talk about the FCA. Got to be one of the biggest scams in the country, because basically all they're doing is running a protection racket. Okay, they're saying if you're in the financial sector and you don't pay us any money, we'll call you an unauthorized business, which will affect you. What right have they got to do that to businesses? Who the hell are these people? They're just some bunch of jobs worth trying to scam people out of money, scam legitimate businesses out of money. And my sales director absolutely hates the FCA. And I know a load of other financial advisors who also hate the FCA. The FCA changed all the rules about 5 or 6 years ago. And over 50% of the FAs, the financial advisors in the UK, quit because of those rule changes, because they weren't going to play the game anymore with the FCA. They quit. They went and did other things. So I wanted to give you an overview of why the rubbish on the internet can't be trusted and why the FCA page here can't be trusted. It's all utter nonsense. It's designed to instill fear into the gullible people who believe this rubbish. But when you put sensible eyes on it and you put logic and reason onto it, you know, my father once said to me, whenever you read something on the television, or you hear something on the television, you hear something on the radio, or you read something in a paper, remember, somebody is paying for that to be there, or for that message to be put out there. And the question you have to ask yourself is, well, if they're paying for it, who benefits? The FCA paid to have their web people put this page up. They're paying for the hosting for this. They're paying for the domain name. Why? Why would they do it? Because there's money to be made. If they can force a company into paying them their subscriptions by doing this to the company, they'll do it because they've got no morals. They're a mafia. They're a scam protection racket. And that's why you've got to be wary of it. And that's why you've got to be wary of when people Google CashFX. You know, if you're one of those people that's looked at this stuff and gone, oh, it's a scam, it's a scam, it's a scam, it's a scam. There are 35,000 people, I think, in this business right now who will tell you differently. We're all making money. So who do you believe? The person that's actually making money out of this? Or do you believe some scam site that's trying to get money out of you, or some nasty move by the FCA because we don't pay their subscription fees? You've got to start thinking about this, particularly if you're one of those people who's looking at this and you're new to CashFX. Apply some logic. Do your own due diligence. I'm not stupid. I did my due diligence. Richard's not stupid. He did his due diligence. Everyone's done their due diligence. Do your own due diligence. You'll find out the truth. And the truth is that CashFX is a legitimate legacy company that is paying people every day, every week, every 2 weeks, day in, day out. People are getting paid. I hope this has been useful to you. Thanks for your time.
Right. I think a very, very powerful video there. Just before we sort of get on to the content of what you said, one thing that struck me is this kind of operates at 2 levels. And I'm thinking about, you know, how do the prospects react when they see this, but I'm also thinking about myself. How do I react when I see this? Or what is my belief level? Does it throw me off? And yeah, I've been in the business maybe 5 months or so. Now I don't look at these things. I think sometimes it's healthy not to. If somebody says, "Oh, you know, it's a scam," look at this. I don't look at it, because I know if I look at it, it's going to start to affect my own mind. As Ray said at the end, do your own due diligence, and that there's many ways we can do that. We can all sort of look into the company, look at the structure of the company, look at the CEO, and so on. You know, if we have the truth on our side, I don't think we need to be defensive or, you know, put on the back foot, you know, say, well, yeah, you know, this is real, this is true. And, you know, it comes across in our voice if we're confident about it or not confident about it. One video that really helped me was Joanna's. Well, a lot of things from Joanna, her investment banking background, and also the one she shared about the inside job, showing how you know, the Lehman Brothers crash happened, or the banks are in on this. You know, they're making far more profits than we're making at CashFX, and you start to believe, well, these returns really are possible, and we're doing it in, you know, in a legal way, in a fair way. So that's what I felt about my own kind of personal belief. Anyone want to share their thoughts on Ray's video? Just come to the mic. Yeah, Stephen.
Yeah, I thought the video was great, and it's a great perspective. And remember that this was done, I think, last summer or last fall. So it's still going on today. Unfortunately, a lot of these blogs that say CFX is a scam, they actually say it's a scam. They don't like tiptoe around it. A lot of them do say that. But I understand his point about not saying the company's name, but we still have to deal with that. The point is, our prospects will watch the presentation first before they go to Google. That's the plus side of that. They see the presentation first, at least, because if they go to Google first, they might just say, forget it. But at least they see the presentation first, but they're going to Google it anyway. So we do have to know how to talk to people about, you know, when they go to Google and when they see all the negative stuff that comes at the top of Google. And I think a big part of that is the sensationalism of it. People like to click on something that says scam in the title. So it always seems to rise to the top because of the algorithms. When people click on something more, that naturally gets to the top and you see that first. So I think we need to be able to, I think it's bad to spend a lot of time trying to tell a prospect why it's a waste of time going on Google and looking at it. We need to have kind of an easy, casual way, in my opinion, to kind of diffuse it and just to say something to the effect of, like what you said to me when you first told me about CFX, Colin. You said, by the way, when you go to Google, you're going to see a lot of bad stuff on there. So get prepared for that. Get ready for that. And I think that's a good thing to say in the beginning. There is a lot of hate. There are a lot of people that just want to take companies down. And when somebody says that they went to Trustpilot or they're looking at companies, these rating companies, I tell them now, go look up Apple, go look at Amazon.com. And when they do, it's like 50% approval or 60% approval and a lot of complaints. And CFX is at like 85 or 90% on Trustpilot. So they see right away that people online will just hurl insults about any company, no matter what it is. So I think that's what I'm saying these days. I just wanted to put that out there for you.
Yeah, very good points. Sure. Just a second, Sean.
Yeah.
Stephen. And I think, yeah, Ray's point about don't say the name of the company. Certainly, you shouldn't come out, straight off the bat. I've joined a company called CFX and it's doing this. That would be stupid, I think. But inevitably, at some point, they're going to find the name when you say, well, here's my landing page, or would you, do me a 10-minute favor? They watch the video, or you watch Ray's presentation. At some point, they will see. But at least we've given them some information, some positive information before they go to the Google. It is inevitable. We can't get around that. Yeah. Okay. Sean, sorry.
I'd like to say something too. People buy your level of conviction.
Raymond, yeah.
Yeah, people buy your level of conviction. I was talking to Dane Kittle. He's the winner of the monthly contest, Ray's monthly contest. And he talked about how he did a lot of reading of the PDF, that you join the PDF in the back office, that you really need to educate yourself to build your conviction, because it's really your conviction that does the selling.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And this is why I think, building your own, doing your own due diligence, it's not just to say, I've done my own due diligence. It's for yourself. It's for your own mental health. Otherwise, your doubt is going to project onto everyone you talk to. Sean, please.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say my journey with Gabrielle. So, he and I, his son and I, and my son play basketball together. So we sort of knew each other beforehand. And he introduced me into CFX, but by not saying anything about CFX, I actually had to ask him, oh, so who's the company? So, and then he basically, and that was after a very long conversation about, what are your prospects for the future, and how are you financially looking at your future from here on in, and all this sort of stuff. So my conviction was to, oh, well, then who is it going through? Like, I had to actually ask him the question, who the company was. So when I went online, sure, I got all that Google stuff, but I was actually looking for the legitimate company. So I'd seen the brand, and that was what I was looking for. I actually went through all the guff, and I was reading all the negative stuff, and I thought, no, this is not right. And when I actually got to the legitimate website and then got into the videos and all that stuff, after Gabrielle showed me some of the videos as well during our conversation, then yeah, I was convinced that this was a good thing.
Excellent. That's really, really good, Sean. And you did your due diligence. Yeah. I think also that's one reason our landing pages are so powerful. If you're using the landing page, we'll come on to that, because they see the name of the company, but they see your testimonial. They see the testimonials of all these other people, including like Joanna, who's an investment banker. There's a lawyer. They see the results. You can get them into the community. You can invite them into the Facebook group, just to look around. And then, there's already this kind of like a bit of social proof there for them. And they have to balance that against this negative stuff, like Sean said, that you come up with. Yeah, good.
Yeah, no, just
Gabe. Yeah.
Sorry, just adding to that. So the thing about that is that when with Sean, when Sean actually had obviously he went and had a look at the and I said to him, okay, do your own due diligence. And I always say that to everybody, who I come across it. Do your own due diligence. And obviously I do mention this. I said, obviously I give the caveat is Google is, you'll probably go on Google and you'll see all the negative stuff you're going to hear about. But I said, do your own due diligence. I said always, the real due diligence is checking out the company. You know what I mean? Things like checking out the company. where they, where the offices are, who the CEO is, extra all those, trying to find out information and start digging up information that way, rather than figuring out, looking in Google. So that.
Yeah, totally. And I think relating back to what Stephen said just now, that the question's always going to come up, but don't let it phase you. As Gabe says, just say, do your own due diligence. Admit, there's a lot of crap out there on Google. Don't get defensive about it. A lot of these other companies, they come to you and you mention something and they get very defensive and they get very pushy. And I think we shouldn't take that tack.
Sorry.
Sean, yeah. Oh, sorry, Karen.
It's like digging through the dirt to get to the gold. Well, in this case, the green.
Right, absolutely. Yes, Karen.
I've had people point blank say, what is the name of the company? And I don't want to lie to them. At times I've said what it is and they say, oh yeah, I have all these friends that are doing that. But what would you suggest? I mean, we could just say, look at I'm going to send you a landing page, just give it 10 minutes and then we'll talk about it. Type thing.
Yeah, great question. And actually this reminds me of something. A few of us in my team have been in a marketing group, and one of the things we do when talking to prospects, don't give your price at the beginning. And they'll always ask you, what is your price? What is your price? And we sort of reply, why do you need to know the price if you're not, before you're even interested in the product? It's kind of back to front. And I think we need to do something like that here. And inevitably, you're going to give the name, but do it in such a way as, well, would you do me a 10-minute favor? I can show you my landing page. There's a couple of videos there. You can see the name of the company there. Watch the videos. I'll get back to you in 15 minutes, see what you think. Because at least you've got a foot in the door. I think if they keep badgering you, at some point you have to, but don't just give the name, give them something more. That's what I'd say. Yeah. Terry.
It's just it's more for the warm market, but if you're talking to someone, first of all, before you give them the landing page or the information, if you sow a strong enough dream in them, ask them, would they be interested in retiring in about 4 or 5 years, not having a job? You build up an emotion inside them of the dream of what they can have, and then they look at it. Any form of bad influence that comes afterwards is actually diluted quite dramatically, because you've given them a hook to what they could do, and they're more likely to come back. And you can then steer them to a site like Ray's site and say, look, this guy's done his due diligence. He's a top businessman. Have a listen to what he's got to say. Or I would even say, if it's someone that I know, I said, do you think I'm daft? Do you think I'm silly? Because I've done through all this, and I wouldn't be opening the door to you if I didn't fully believe that it would benefit you, not benefit me, but benefit you. I've got a little saying up here in the office here from a guy called Jacques Cousteau. I think he used to underwater explanation. If a man has the opportunity to lead an extraordinary life, he's got no right to keep it to himself. So you will get the negatives. It's inevitable. You get people that would rather believe that, because their lack of belief in their own ability to be able to retire early or to have something good for themselves. There's a fear of failure, but there's also a fear of success for some people. And I think it's just a matter of just say, look, look, would you mind me just keeping email you every month or so? I'll give you some information, extra information. You can look at it or not look at it. Because I set up a folder for several people who've shown marginal interest, and I email them every couple of weeks. Just say, yeah, we've done 5.05% this week. Last month was over 20%, and I send a couple of links to some videos occasionally, because they may come round, or they may not. but I don't spend any more time than that. But if the dream is strong enough at the beginning, that will dilute some of the negatives that come through.
Right. Yeah. Excellent, Terry. Because we all make decisions based on emotions. We might think we're purely rational, but we're not. We're emotional creatures. And you sell the dream, you get their why, you get what they really want. And the money is just the vehicle to get there. What they really want is retirement, or they want, you know, the mortgage paid off, or the dream vacation, or whatever. Yeah. I'd like to move on, and this is related and will help with people dealing with the due diligence issue. Just 1 second. Okay. Now, this is something that actually Ron posted in the group, and this is something I came across several weeks ago. When someone approached me with some company, which I won't mention, and I asked what's the name of the company, and he told me, and I Googled it. I did the stupid man's due diligence, and the first thing that came up was this company called scamdetector.com, and you can type in the name of the company, and this company, it came up with like 5.6% trustworthy or something. I thought, this is obviously rubbish, but then I thought, well, what if I put in CashFX? And so I put in CashFX Group, which is our URL is CashFX Group. I was astonished, 95.5%. Now, this is real kind of Google Analytics, trustworthy, quality, safe, high authority, trustworthy website. You can check it out yourself. I did it on a PowerPoint because it loads very slowly on my computer, but you can check out this this website, and then it goes into why it gave it this high rate. Let me just go through this. Okay, creation date, website popularity. So Ray was talking about Alexa. CashFX is really moving up the Alexa charts. Not blacklisted, valid HTTPS proximity to suspicious websites, very low. Yeah, so this was good. All the relevant factors used by our algorithm provided an almost perfect score, from the website's popularity, customer service, online reputation, and IP address, to Alexa rank genuine social media praise. So they know how to distinguish between genuine and non-genuine. And mentions in other authoritative websites, CashFX checks all the boxes. And then there's something interesting here. Nonetheless, there is one ironic instance. The more popular a website gets, whether it belongs to the same Forex trading field or not, the more online complaints it receives. For example, think of your cell company, Amazon, or your bank. Yeah, any company, you check Amazon. There's all kinds of complaints than that. They are 100% legit companies, but they're always complainers about them. Identify the difference between the actual platform and the user. Okay, CashFX is not a scam. So if people are using Google, you can say, well, look at this website, and look
more legit.
Yeah,
More
look
legit.
at other ones. I'll just give you. Here's a couple of other examples. I blacked out the names just to get rid of them there, but 14.7%, 26.5%. Whenever someone approaches you with their shiny objects, go to scamdetector.com and see what comes up. Some are in single digits. Comparing CashFX to these is like comparing a Ferrari to a Skoda or something. I don't know. It's not in the same ballpark, and that's the website. So. Any other comments, questions on that topic before we move on?
And that was good. That was good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great. Thanks.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah. You know, the thing is, just on that, just as Stephen said earlier, do you know what? That's the first time I've ever seen that video, and I thought, God, because I thought it was a new video.
Right.
I mean, do you know what I mean? So it's the first time I've seen it, and I've been, in CashFX since November. Look, there you go.
Yeah, Ron posted it recently, so maybe it looks like it's new, but he said 35,000. I don't know if he meant 350,000 or it was actually 35,000 at the time when he made the video, in which case it must be quite a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It was one year ago that was put on.
All right. Okay.
Wow.
So we've grown over tenfold in the last year, if that number's
says it
incredible.
Yeah. I just looked on my mobile. I just looked up, picked it out of my mobile. It said 1 year ago.
Okay.
We have to thank Ron for bringing it back to life, bringing it back from the dead.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it makes me wonder how many other gem videos are out there that we don't know.
That's right.
Mm. I think also we have to keep up to date ourselves, because that's 1 year ago. Maybe things have moved. The brokers that they use have moved, and they're moving into phase 2, and we have to keep ourselves up to speed of what's going on. Yeah. Okay. Just moving on. Okay, different topic, and we touched on this last week about targets for your business, for your growth in CFX. Are you hitting targets you have set for yourself? Now, these have to be your own targets that you agree to, that you commit to at the beginning of your CFX journey. Maybe you said, I'm going to put out 5 messages or 10 messages a day, or I'm going to hit, the 1K by this month, or executive by that month, or mentor, or so on. Okay. So if you're not hitting your targets, have a think about these questions. Okay. Do you have a vision board? Okay. So do you have a visual representation of where you want to go?
Yeah.
And that should be time sensitive. It shouldn't be, I want to get to executive. It's, I want to get to executive by November. Yeah. Or I want to hit the 5K pack by, by January, or whatever. I'm going to hit, send out 5 messages every day, or I'm going to pay off, the kids' school fees by 2023 or whatever. Get specific. Okay. Do you have a daily target of how many messages or chats you will send? Okay. We all have busy lives. It might be 5, it might be 10, it might be 2, it might be 200. Probably not. 20 maybe. But it's important to have something that you can stick to. Have you asked your sponsor to create a mini chat group for you? Okay, so some members have a private group, and Ron is in that group, and Janet is in that group, and your sponsor is in that group, and maybe other people in that leadership team. So whenever you get a new prospect and they give you some response, you don't know how to respond, you can just post the response in the group, and they can advise you. If someone's sleeping, someone else will be awake, and they can advise you on how to respond. Okay. Are you sharing your responses with us so we can compose a reply on your behalf? Yep. So it's no good just having the group. You have to use it. You have to post. And I think this makes people kind of uncomfortable, and I say, well, yeah, I want to build my team, but maybe not that much. But if you really want success lies outside of your comfort zone. We have to sometimes do that, prepare to look a bit foolish sometimes, or prepare to learn something, or prepare to be told off. Just as an example, when Ron first asked me, you know, do you want to join the leadership team and run these calls? And I didn't really want to do that. It took me out of my comfort zone, but I'm glad I said yes and decided to join. The landing page also is very powerful. You just need to recruit 2 people with our help, so you're not by yourself, and you get a free landing page worth $150. Now, those 2 people could be 2 members of your family. Boom, you've got it. So it's not hard at all. They're really powerful. You've got your own personal testimonial. Now, you might feel uncomfortable about doing that, but again, you need to step outside your comfort zone, make a video, make a 2-minute video. 2 short intro videos. So this is the John Kinnear method. So if you're using that method, you can share your landing page and point them to these 2 videos. There are many other testimonials. So if they're not persuaded by yours, there are many on the next page. We've got Joanna, the investment banker. We've got a lawyer on there. We've got simulated earnings, so people can see, you know, if I put in 300, then after a month, you know, I can earn this much passive or active. Percentage results, monthly results, and so on. So just to not that one. Okay, yeah, so this is the landing page. I'm sure most of you have seen it before. You have your personal testimonial video here. These are the 2 videos we use in the John Kinnear method. This is 90 seconds. This is about 8 minutes. We've got more testimonials on the next page. Okay, more testimonials here. This is the example packs. So, Sean, if you imagine that you're kind of new to this, you're just kind of interested, what size pack would you join if you wanted to join CFX?
I've actually started with I think it's the 300.
Okay, should we go with the 300? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm still sitting on that 300, and just slowly getting to learn the business and learn how to, like, you know, you guys are talking about prospects and getting people involved. I've got some people that would probably be interested in you know, this.
Sean, okay, sorry, can I stop you there? This is just for example, just to show how it works. So joining on the 300, would you be sort of passive, just leaving your money to build, or would you actively want to recruit?
I would actively like to recruit. It's a little bit hard in lockdown because you're not really face to face with people or having discussions or, you know, talking as mates and all that sort of stuff. So at the moment, I'm just passive until we come out of this lockdown. Yeah, so, okay. But yeah, I'd like to sort of start building a team or get people involved. I think it's a great thing. Like, I think it's a very positive thing.
Okay, that's great. That's great, Sean. Sorry, I'll have to stop you there. So, if you were just passive, you would earn $42 on your 300 pack. Okay, but if you were active and you recruited 3 people each on a $300 pack, you would be earning your the trading, the $42. You'd be earning this fast start bonus, a uni-level bonus, and a matrix bonus, you would earn $193. Okay. So this is a process that you can talk your prospect through, you know, just hypothetically, no pressure. Which pack would you like to join on? They say 1K, or they say 300, or they say 2K, whatever. Take them to this page. They can see passive and active. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So the the landing page is very, very powerful in that way. And also, I'd say keeping prospects in the loop is very important. One thing you can do that's absolutely no stress at all on you or on them, invite them to join the CFX Superstars People Helping People Facebook group. Okay. They don't need to be a member. They can just be interested. As long as they agree to let you post their photo, give them a warm welcome, and people will like and comment and say welcome to the group and so on. It gives them a kind of family atmosphere. You know, we're all in a group, social proof. Share your landing page, as we said. Share Joanna's video. We've got lots of great videos you can share to increase their belief, other powerful videos. Invite to the business presentation, which we hold twice a week in different time zones. I think is it Wednesday and Friday now? And yeah, just the graphics, as Terry was saying, you can share the daily, weekly, monthly percentage graphics. Hey, look, you know, I earned 1.1% today, or I earned 5.2% this week. Yeah, you can casually share them. You can take a screenshot from your own back office. Maybe that looks more authentic. You know, I'm on a 300 pack. I got $18 this week, as you can see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay. So let's hear from some people on the call. Paula, do you mind if I pick on you?
Not at all.
Okay.
I'll get picked on.
Paula, do you have a vision board?
Yes, I do.
Great.
I'm actually a vision board coach.
Yeah, she's a coach.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
I am a certified vision board coach. So yes.
Right. Okay. Well, you can teach us all how to. So what do you have on your vision board?
I have on my vision board the mortgage for my house to be paid.
Mm-hmm.
My birthday is in the end of April, so I actually have asked somebody to do a graphic for me that I would have 100 team members by that day and be trading on a 100K pack by then. That's
wow.
my vision. That's my vision. Let's see what else is on my vision board. It's to take a Mediterranean cruise. And I know that this one is coming up with the company, but I won't be taking that one. But that's been on the vision board for quite a while. The opportunity to have a place at the beach. I have looked at various places and I've got pictures of exquisite penthouse beachfront condos. So that's what it is. That's where I'm going to live one of these days. Yes.
That's absolutely awesome, Paula. Fantastic. Yeah. So not just words, but pictures, put photographs of the things you want, the vacation, the car, whatever. And have you put a time frame? So I'm going to reach this goal by this time. You've got like specific dates?
Well, the date to pay off my mortgage is in 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
The date to be in the, that's a little bit difficult question for me because my mother lives with me here and I cannot just move until I'm by myself. She's 88. So I I can't really put a time frame on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how long she's going to be with type thing. So I'm looking 5 years out though.
Okay.
Or, you know, by the time I'm 70. I'm 65, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, because this is my last hurrah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's fantastic, Paula. How about daily targets? Do you have a set number of messages that you're setting out each day?
10.
10 a day.
10 a day.
Great. And you're hitting those targets every day?
Not every day, most days. But I do a lot on the weekends as well. So that kind of offsets other days during the week. So I really am only doing 10 Monday through Friday. That was my goal. Okay,
fantastic. On Facebook, on LinkedIn, on a mixture? Do you have a?
There's a mixture. Plus, I'm getting acclimated to Clubhouse. So we'll see how that is going to help. I don't know. We'll see. But LinkedIn, mostly, Facebook, because, you know, we have challenges because I'm in the States. So my challenge is that I need to work outside of the United States. Oh, and by the way, I'll just go ahead and put this out there. In an hour, I'll be on a call with 100 people throughout the whole world. It's a BNI group. It's called the Global Power Team. And I'm really excited because I get to share 30 seconds of what I do.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah. Great.
That's great.
Can I tell you what I was going to say? And you tell me if it's okay?
Sure.
Okay,
sure,
so
ahead.
What I had written down was, hello, I'm Paula Sheffield from the United States, and I'm part of a global company that helps people shift some of their income or savings from point A to point B, earning them an average of 5% a week. In the past 25 months, our members have earned 689.14%. And I know I want to put a little bit more in there about, you know, they won't be able to call me, but they have to email me because that's the information that they have. So I will put in there, you know, I think we need to talk. If you're not happy with the money that you're getting from your bank, you need to email me so we can have a conversation.
Nice.
Sounds fantastic. Yeah. Very good.
Very good.
I'm
Very
a little
good.
nervous. 100 people from all over the world. So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
One of my team members, actually 2 of my team members are on this call as well. So I use the BNI system.
Right. I mean, that's a fantastic opportunity. And you never know who's listening. You never know who's interested.
That's right.
Great. Okay. Let's have one more. Ira, can you come to the call? Open your video.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah. If you don't switch on that's fine.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah. Ira,
Yes.
do you have a vision board?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. Can you tell us what's on your vision board?
So by the end of this month, I want to recruit a few people, like maybe at least 3. So like just to get started. So by the end of this year, I want to get all my money back that I already invested.
Yeah.
You know. And from like next year, I'm planning to move to a different country, and I really plan like CFX. It will be like my income that I could live on. So it's my plan.
That's great.
See.
Fantastic. Yeah. Ira is in. If you don't mind me saying, you're in Vietnam.
Yeah, sure. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. I'm in Vietnam, yes.
Right. So do you have a daily target of how many messages you're sending out?
Yes, like I'm now connecting people in LinkedIn and in Facebook. So far in the last week, I did around 150 people, like maybe even more. but like, you know, I was just like connected. Like, it doesn't mean that all of them connected, or like they are still coming. They will be coming over the next week because like people are busy. But like now, like, okay, I like talked probably to like 40 or 50 people already.
So,
and like some people are interested, they are still like thinking, but yeah, like so now I'm like coming back to people who like I was talking to at the beginning of
No,
the
I
week.
see him over there, but I ain't talked to him.
right.
Yeah, like I'm giving like feedback, like just follow up, like what did they decide, like tell, or to be honest, like many people, they just like, oh no thank you, no thank you, like I'm not interested. I'm like, okay, goodbye, good luck.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I'm not on that side that I will be like pushing, but
You don't have to.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I don't want to, because you know, if I will be like asking them like, no, but look here, so it's like I will be putting myself in the weaker position. It's like I'm just showing like, okay, if you don't want, I don't really need you. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Ira, sorry if
yeah.
I may.
No.
Ira has a private group, Ira's Raging Balls. Okay, with Ron and Janet, myself, and Ira. Are you putting your messages, responses in the group?
No, actually now I'm still like figuring out what to do. Like I tried several methods. Like I tried like Ron's method. I tried Ray's method. It actually didn't work. Like when you're sending them like just a straight message, like they say like, oh, Ira, it's really nice to connect, my pleasure, and you just drop them like, I do this, like, okay, like just join, like, are you interested or not? And they're like, oh, okay. So I just tried it with few people, and I just understood like, no, this 3 messaging, like it doesn't work. So I try to warm them a little bit, like, you know, to find out what they are doing in their life. I'm like simply asking like, oh, thanks for connecting, how's going in your part of the world, how's everything going there? And they will be like, yeah, it's fine, like blah blah blah, what's yours? And I'm like, oh, I'm in lockdown now, but you know, it gave me like a lot of opportunities. So I was managed to start my own business, blah blah blah, that is bringing me passive income. And they're like, oh really? Like what do you do? So you know, it's like this. So then I'm like slowly moving them into this, and I found out that it's like it's working better. So it's already, I sent like to several people, like I didn't use the landing page because I don't have one yet, but I will have it later. But what I was doing, I was sending the Joanna's like presentation. I was like, oh, here is a 1 hour presentation, like when you have time, just have a look. And many people like, yeah, I will look through it. So I will give them like few days, and then I will follow up. What do they do? Like, did they have a chance to look? Also, I continue like posting on my pages, like, you know, like, oh, we did like so much in the last year. We did so much in a day, in a week, you know. Also, what I noticed worked well, I joined like many groups in LinkedIn. So like I already got approved in like, I think I'm following like 6 or 7 groups now. And what I did, I just like posted on those groups like, oh, I hit like in the last week, I did this percentage, and I just put those things from the group. And like many people started contacted me back, like, you know, like, so like, let's see, I am moving forward.
Okay, well that's good. You're certainly doing a lot of work, which is good. And a bit of social chit chat, you know, is good to break the ice. At some point you have to kind of narrow it down, use the John Kinnear structure. Would you, you know, do you have 10 minutes? Would you do me a 10-minute favor? get them to watch the videos. And it becomes a kind of numbers game. Some will say yes, some will say no. It's no big deal. It's not personal. It's just business. But you need to get your testimonial video done, and then you get your landing page.
Yes. Like, you know, because I had this coronavirus jab, and I was just out for a few days, so I'm getting back on track. But I still was managing, like, even with the fever, I was still like, oh God, I've got like a contact, like some message, like, or connection from LinkedIn. I'm like, okay, like writing what's happening. Like, I was still trying to be on track, but I was like a little bit like this weekend, but from today I'm going back on track. So
right. Okay. Well, keep up the good work, and you're doing well. Yeah. Just one moment. Sorry, Chris, thanks for joining us. I think we're just about wrapping up. I don't know if it was the clock's changing or the time of the thing, but yeah, we're just wrapping up soon. Kim, sorry.
Yeah, I've been fun because I haven't got my own landing page at the moment. I've used the one that Ron's put in the group. But I'm finding that really long-winded, and since sending that, I've just absolutely been shut. The door's been shut on me. So I'm feeling a bit despondent about that because there was quite a lot on that. It was quite long-winded.
Sorry, what was long-winded?
The landing page that they've given me that I can use until I get my own.
Is that a generic one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was, I mean, I looked at it after I'd sent it. I should have looked at it before I sent it, but I looked at it after I sent it, and I thought, yeah, I can understand why. It was really long-winded. There was lots of different, like, click here's and click there's.
One caveat about the landing page, and if that's a problem, you can actually just send the videos directly.
Yeah.
Just send them the 1.5 minute and send them the 8 minute. But if you do send the landing page, you've got to direct them where to go. Otherwise, they'll be clicking here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah.
That's correct.
You can say, here's my 2-minute video, testimonial video. Under that, directly under that, there are 2 videos. One is 90 seconds.
So because it's not my own landing page, do I make a 2-minute video and put that before I do the before I direct them to?
No, that's kind of
you wait until I get my landing page for that. I think. Yeah.
You can use your sponsor's landing page if they have one.
Okay.
Or you can use anyone. You could use mine. You could use Dave's. You could use anybody's.
Okay.
Or
the generic one was really long-winded, and I just, it was just like, oh, okay, I'll use that one, and because that was what Ron had told me to do, but I didn't look at it until after. So yeah, I was wondering how I can go around that one. So yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you for the help there.
Yeah, or as I say, just send the videos directly. They're on YouTube, and we can post you in the group if you need. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries, Kim. Anyone else? We're just about to wrap up. Any questions, Stephen?
Yeah, just real quickly about the 2-minute landing page video testimonials. If you haven't done one, and if you're curious about them, you can, I don't think, Colin, they're not private, right? They're public, anybody can see them, right? So if you go to YouTube and you search for Plan for a Better Future altogether, those words, Plan for a Better Future, all those videos are stored on a YouTube channel. And if you're going to make one, I suggest watch a couple of them so that you have an idea of how to make yours, and just give your own testimonial. And you might find it difficult to put everything you want to say into 2 minutes, but I would say don't cram too much in there. And just remember that people that know you or don't know you will be watching it first, before they delve into the other 90-second video and then the John Kinnear's 8-minute presentation. But YouTube has a collection of everybody's 2-minute video. So plan for a better future.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Stephen. Yeah. So the basic URL is cfx.planforabetterfuture.com, and then it's / with your name, first name - last name. Okay. But if you just cut at the com, you'll get the generic one. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, thanks very much, everyone. Thanks for coming. And yeah, we're just over the hour, so we'll leave it there. Okay. all the best with your activity this week.
Thank you very much, Colin.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Colin.
Thanks, John. Thanks,
Cheers.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good
Cheers.
day.
Bye.